That's got to be one of the more bizarre ways to kill somebody. Yeah, well, I think I'll be avoiding the train station after dark from now on. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in, and I've got good news for you if you're a fan of legendary actor Richard Crenna. He stars as Detective Frank Janek in the made-for-TV crime thriller Terror on Track 9. The movie is set against the iconic backdrop of Grand Central Station and throws you right into a high-stakes murder investigation. A twisted serial killer is stalking women out in the open, and the pressure mounts to solve the case when the police chief's family falls victim next. So, if you're into old-school police procedurals with a few surprising twists, this one is sure to keep you hooked from start to finish.
occasion. No ID, no scars, no marks, no signs of a struggle. Just like the other two.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Look, here goes the interview.
Let them through, folks. Let them through. Aldo, how's business?
Hi, Frank. Good to see you. Sorry I can't shake your hand. Classic case of a heroin overdose.
3 women overdosed in Grand Central in 3 days. That's no big deal. This glitter. Oh. Kinky little touch, ain't it?
Yeah, you and your team are going to be working overtime, Janek.
Lieutenant Janek? What happened?
Who's she? Leslie ran a new crime reporter for Channel 6.
Lieutenant Janek, could this be the work of a serial killer?
No comment.
You want me to tell the public that 3 women have died here in the last 3 days and the homicide detective in charge has no comment?
Ms. Renner, when I have a statement to make, you'll be the first one to know. Aaron, would you please escort Ms. Renner from the
The
scene?
people of New York City want to know that the NYPD is doing something about this.
Ms. Renner, let's you and me take a hike.
Your buddy is a real sweetheart.
Oh, he's okay. He just has his rules.
Yeah? Like what?
Rule 1, keep the press away. Rule 2, keep the press away.
Now, what's rule 3?
Keep the press away until you need them.
Sure.
Of course, there's always my rule, sometimes known as Greenberg's rule.
Greenberg's rule?
Always be nice to pretty ladies with great legs.
I like your rules better.
Bet you used to be a dancer, right?
Yeah, I was, but it's ancient history.
History's my favorite subject. Why don't we have dinner some night? Tell me some ballet stories. I'm a great listener.
You are.
So, when can we do this?
I'll call you.
Wait a minute.
What?
My card. I'm gonna hold you to that.
She took that poor woman.
Who?
Angel of mercy. The Lord sent his angel of mercy last night to take us from this vale of tears. It was God's will.
Ma'am, we'd like to thank you for your time. You've been very helpful. See you again. Give me a call.
Aren't you going to take me downtown, look at mugshots?
We're just in preliminary stages right now.
We'll be in touch. You need an umbrella, you come see me. I usually work the 42nd Street side.
Yeah. Great. Line 3, cops, zip.
Man, this is weird. Reminds me of that guy who was going around shooting darts in women's behind. What do we call him again?
Darkman.
Yeah, Dark Man.
Any symptoms of drug use? Any tracks in the arms or anything?
Just a puncture wound in the thigh.
Pretty tough place to find a vein.
It was an intramuscular shot, same as the other 2.
Takes a lot of smack to kill somebody that fast unless they're mainline.
Or high-grade stuff.
Yeah, take a look at this for me. What was in her effects? No name, just a patient number there.
That's haloperidol. They give it to schizos to calm them down. But this is an institutional label, Frank. Let me check my book of state providers, okay?
Could that have killed her instead of the heroin?
No way. Besides, there was no trace of prescriptives in the serology report, just AB positive blood and a lot of heroin. Yeah, that's what I thought. Whoever she was, she got that at Lindenbrook.
Why would somebody want to run around stabbing people with a syringe full of junk?
I'm a pathologist, Frank. Psychologist is spelled differently.
Cute, Aldo.
Have a nice day.
Deputy Mayor Mr. Vargas, Leslie Renner, Channel 6 News. Mr. Vargas, a 3rd woman was found dead in Grand Central Station this morning. Do you have any leads yet?
This is an ongoing investigation, Leslie. No comment.
Yeah, but sir, come on. We're tired of people using this station.
We're exploring a number of avenues right now. The department's on top of it.
Public safety is your responsibility. What specifically is the mayor's office
I'll be
doing
calling a
up there?
press conference. They'll answer all your questions then.
Mr. Vargas.
All right, folks.
Why was I informed, Velasco? What are you trying to set me up?
Mr. Vargas, a couple of people die in Grand Central every day, usually junkies and transients. These things are difficult.
I don't want to know from difficult, Velasco.
These people smell a story, and I don't want to get caught with my shorts around my knees. Comprende? Good. I'm glad we understand each other.
Jelly, transit cops come up with any live ones?
Some umbrella vendor was talking about seeing the angel of mercy coming to take people away.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, and everybody else swears they didn't see a thing, boss.
There's got to be some kind of connection. Check the other two victims. See if they were related in some way. Also, find out if they were drug users. Oh, and go down to forensics. There might be something with that glitter stuff.
All right, we're on it, Frank.
Aaron, you and me, we're going to drive down to Lindenbrook. See if we can ID that Jane Doe.
What's the next call while I'm gone?
I'm going to give up my day job.
Dr. Alex, the lab for consultation. Dr. Alex, the lab for consultation, please.
Jesus.
That's who the guy against the post thinks he is. This week. Dr. Billings.
Dr. Billings and Frank Janek. This is Aaron Greenberg. Jane Doe died in Grand Central Station this morning. Among her belongings, we found this prescription bottle with your name on it.
The picture?
Yeah. Yeah, sir.
Paranoid schizophrenic. Police brought her in. Held paradol therapy for 2 weeks, then we discharged her. Routine case.
Putting mentally disturbed people back on the streets routine?
Our hands are tied. We discharged them with medication, which of course they don't take. And then it's just a matter of time until they're back in here again. It's an outrage, but it's the law.
I see. Any signs of drug abuse?
No. Here she is. Joyce Malesko.
Could you spell that for me, please?
Mleczko. Excuse me.
Probably just a coincidence. Chief doesn't have a daughter. It's not that common a name.
Well, let's go. Yes, Mr. Vargas, I'm watching it right now.
Thank you very much. Homicide Lieutenant Janek refused to be interviewed. Sources close to the investigation confirm the crimes appear to be serial killings. Deputy Mayor Vargas seems unaware.
God, Janek would never have made a statement like that without clearing it. I don't know how she found out.
Security guards to extort their female employees.
Of course I intend to find out. I know. The mayor wants the whole thing to disappear. I'll be in touch, Mr. Vargas. Come in. He wants it to disappear. Who does he think I am, Houdini? Now he got that reporter telling the world they got a serial killer operating in Grand Central. Who the hell could have leaked it to him?
Could have been one of the transit cops. Maybe one of Aldo's men.
Like a junk bond peddler like Vargas, deputy mayor of public safety. And after too easy thinks he's Sherlock Holmes. Just call for my daily reaming.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, she'll be more opportunities. You got something?
Yeah, anybody in your family named Joyce?
Yeah, my brother Mike's daughter. Why, is she some kind of trouble?
Dr. Lindenbrook identified her as the Jane Doe in that Grand Central thing last night.
God.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Tracy was a little girl. She used to love this thing. Instead of made her feel like she was going on a great adventure. The city was some kind of magical kingdom.
Yeah, Frank. This job, I must have told 100, 200 people somebody they loved was gone. Teach you how to be cold inside. Like part of the job, you know? Well, they don't teach you what to do when it happens to you. With somebody you love. She was a sick girl, Frank. She was sick, but she never hurt anybody. Why did I want to kill a beautiful kid like Joyce? Why, Frank? What about bad timing? Lucille?
Tom! What are you doing here? Mikey got hurt in the job.
Well, what's inside?
No! Tell me right now.
It's not my fault. It's Tracy.
Toxicology says the stuff that killed her was super high grade and coming in from Thailand. Apparently, a normal dose is enough to kill a horse. They call it Lucky 7 Dragon.
Lucky for who? The only people who get their hands on uncut stuff are high-level dealers.
Hey, Willie, how you doing?
Call the guys at DEA. See if they can come up with some names. Maybe there's a link.
I'm on it.
What do you got?
Well, the guys in the crime lab said that you can buy the glitter in the notions department of any store.
And the victims?
First victim was a spinster that works at the teller at Citibank. No next of kin. Everyone we talked to loved her.
And what about the other one?
Pretty much the same story, Frank, except she was a paralegal and lived in Yonkers.
Do you ever have any connection with the chief's niece?
Put in a request to the state police to see if they had anything in their computers that match. No go.
Oh. And you guys should have seen the traffic coming down from Yonkers. It took us an hour, even with the siren and flashers.
It's going to be a disaster.
Anybody going through Grand Central is going to have to drive in or take the bus.
We're all really sorry about your niece, Chief.
The same here, Chief.
Yeah, thanks. Now, how's the family holding up?
Don't ask.
You all right?
Top of the world, Frank. Top of the world.
So, we haven't got any witnesses. State police doesn't have a match. It's going to be a waiting game.
We're supposed to wait around till the killer makes his next move and then hope we spot it on time. I got everybody from the mayor on down, make it like prostate specialists. We're sitting around.
What do you want me to do? Huh? You want me to arrest every guy within a 2-block radius of Grand Central that's packing a needle? Come on, we need some time.
There is no time, Frank. We need an expert now.
What do you mean?
I pulled an FBI profiler from Quantico last night.
Are you saying you gave our case to the Phoebes?
She's already here and working on it.
Tom, it's going to make the department look incompetent.
I don't give a damn what it looks like. You can work with it. You can take yourselves off the case.
Frank, he just sold us out. We're on the job. He's saying we're not.
Hey, you kamikaze. Tom Malesko has been my rabbi ever since I was walking a beat. He always covered for me, all right? So now it's up to us to cover for him.
Whatever you say, Frank.
Frank, will you take a look at this?
Excuse me.
All right. Let's keep it funky, all right?
Could you tell me where Lieutenant Janek is, please? Thanks. Special Agent Marcia Hobbs.
Lieutenant Frank Janek.
Do you have an office where we could talk?
Yes, yeah, right to there. Great legs for a federal agent.
You're ridiculous.
Just sit down. Would you like a cup of coffee?
I'd rather have tea.
No. Well, I got the hot water. I don't know about the tea.
Oh, that's all right. I have my own. It's easier on the nerves.
You have trouble with your nerves, do you?
No more than anybody else in my line of work.
Oh. How long you been doing this?
Long enough.
I don't have a spoon. No, I'll take it. You know, you're different than the other feds I've worked with.
Oh, really? Were you expecting someone taller? I've been to the crime scenes.
Oh?
I've examined the reports from the crime lab and the ME's office.
Oh, good. Yeah. That would save us some time.
We're dealing with an organized serial killer.
Oh, really?
These homicides are non-sexual, pre-planned, and victim selection appears random. The victims themselves represent low risk to the killer.
What about the location?
Grand Central Station, definitely high risk. The MO's a little strange. Women traditionally poison. But poisoning by injection is violent, something a man would do. I have referenced every unapprehended serial offender through our profiling system. It all came together. The victimology, the hypodermics, the glitter. I've got your boy, Janet. His name's Randolph Quentin Darnell.
Doesn't exactly look like a quiet boy.
Believe me, you don't want to sing in the church he goes to. He escaped from Atascadero after he killed a female physician with a lethal injection. Then he moved through L.A., Houston, Daytona Beach, Atlanta, and Baltimore, killing women every step of the way. His pathologies match the murders here to a T.
You understand that?
So how can you be so sure?
Janek, I've been tracking Darnell for 2 years. I know him better than his mother.
I think you going on television like this is too risky.
He's histrionic. He revels in media coverage.
Would you do the same thing with little old-fashioned shoe leather?
He's got to move fast. And logic tells me someone's going to turn him in for the reward.
And if he spooks, then what? You want to take the responsibility?
There are federal warrants out on this guy. I've got jurisdiction. Now you can play along, or I can just take over the operation. It's entirely up to you.
After you.
We run the FBI agent every half hour.
Yes, sir.
We have a public service spots we had scheduled.
Right.
Oh, go make sure the engineer's know.
You got it.
All right. I want to talk to you about trying me out as co-anchor on 6.
You think you're pretty hot stuff, don't you?
No, I think the story's hot, and I'm the one who brought it in. I think I deserve the chance.
Leslie, you were just a stringer 6 months ago. Till you latched onto this story, you were barely hanging on to your job.
Art, this is the biggest crime story since the Son of Sam.
It's just one story.
But look, we're bringing in huge numbers.
You think you're Leslie Stahl. To me, you're Leslie Renner. Yeah, stage 3.
Randolph Quentin Darnell is armed and dangerous. There is a $10,000 reward for any information leading to his arrest. New York City police detectives and FBI agents are waiting to take your call at this number.
Janek, co jest z tobą? I made it specially for you. You don't touch it? At least take it home.
Yersi, I got a mother. Frank, afraid you're losing your touch?
She comes in 1, 2, 3 at Darnell. It's too easy. There's one thing I've learned. They're never any easy ones.
Right.
Never.
Frank, it's jelly roll.
Must have heard about the doggy bag.
Yeah, Joey.
Hotel clerk at the Waverly made Darnell and Coney Island.
We're on our way.
I got him ID'd. Suspect still in his room. Hasn't moved an inch.
Good work.
Take a look at this.
Marshal, don't you think this is a little overkill? Looks like you're setting up for World War III here. Just one guy. My team can take him.
He's in his room, Jim. We're going to take him now.
It's your show.
Right.
Secure.
I'm coming in.
Look who's here already.
Step that up.
How'd she get here so fast? Marcia must have tipped her. You know these FBI types.
Go.
Darnell, this is the FBI. You're surrounded. Come out with your hands raised and you won't be harmed.
Don't shoot. Freeze! Don't shoot. Keep your hands up. Don't move. Get out. Get out.
Randolph Quentin, Darnell. I'm Special Agent Marcia Hobbs. You're under arrest for the Grand Central murders.
I told you before, I'm innocent.
What about the woman in Baltimore?
What woman in Baltimore?
The one who has skin under her fingernails that matches your DNA.
Come on. Everybody knows those tests are inconclusive.
And a woman in Los Angeles, Houston, Daytona Beach.
I had nothing to do with any of them. And where's that woman in Memphis? I guess you missed a couple hot pants.
No, I got them all, Randall. I know about them all.
How would you know?
Because I know your secret. Why you had to use the needle. Because you couldn't do it, could you? You couldn't really do it the way you wanted to. And they all laughed at you, didn't they? They all laughed at you.
That bitch in L.A. wasn't laughing. She was begging me to stop. And that model in Houston thought she was too good for me. They all begged me.
And did they beg in Grand Central, Randolph?
Can't you even detect the difference between the killings? Murder isn't some low little act of anger or passion. It's an art. My art. My signature's unique. Like Picasso's.
Are you saying you didn't kill the 4 women at Grand Central?
Strictly amateur art. Work of an imposter.
Then how do you explain the syringes and the vials that we found in your room?
They were for the imposter. He who lives by the sword should die by it.
Don't you agree? If I believed that, Randall, you'd be dead now. You had enough. Get him out of here.
You begged me to. One day, Special Agent Marshall Hobbs. You'll beg me. Just wait and see.
These guys always give me the creeps.
Yeah. You know, there's one thing I don't understand.
What?
Darnell killed with sodium aminobarbital. The Grand Central victims were killed with heroin. Why'd he switch?
Easier to score smack on the street than it is sodium amylobarbital.
Well, you're the expert. But most of the guys I've seen stick with one pattern.
Janek, on my last case, the suspect changed his MO 3 times. Darnell confessed to the other crimes. He's the one. Trust me.
That was a major pinch you made. Congratulations.
Well, I was wondering when you were going to come round.
I gotta admit, I was hoping you'd fall on your face, but you pulled it off.
Yeah, we nailed him, didn't we?
What? We?
Maybe I grandstanded a little.
A little?
Okay, a lot. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. Hey, can I give you a lift?
No, I gotta take a walk. Need the fresh air. It sort of washes the dirt off. Good night, Frank.
Good night.
Central murders had ended last night with the spectacular arrest of Randolph Darnell was shattered early this morning.
I loved her too.
The body of Sister Mary Clarita, a 30-year-old Catholic nun, was discovered in a Grand Central restroom stall at 5 a.m.
Great.
The killer, still at large,
is Mike
so far proven the joint task force of the NYPD and FBI a failure.
I'm doing everything
Police security continues ineffective. Commuters and residents are understandably terrified once again. This is Leslie
I'm not trying to get rid of you. I got work to do. Please, I'll talk to you tonight, okay? Right. Goodbye. Well, let's go. Hello, Deputy Mayor Vargas.
No. Now, you listen to me, Vargas. I've had it with you, I've had it with the mayor, and I couldn't care less what the press thinks. All I care about now is catching that crazy bastard who killed my niece. I intend to do what I should have done from the beginning, and that's let Janek run his own show. I've had it with the experts from Washington. Look, once I'm just trying to do my job. You want to fire me? Fire me. Goodbye, Mr. Vargas.
Well, Chief Malesko, you've made it very clear that my services are no longer required. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to clear out my office and get back to Washington.
Suit yourself. You got your own show back the way you wanted it from the beginning, Frank. So what's the matter?
What the hell's the matter with you is more like it. You shove the FBI down our throats. You ignore my people. You humiliate me by giving away my authority. Then you blow away the only expert we've got. And for a kicker, you drop the whole stinking mess back in my lap. I'm trying to cover for you, Tom. But you're not acting rational.
Who the hell do you think you are talking to me like this?
Your friend, that's who. Now you get it together. Or I'm going to go to the chief of detectives, and I'm going to personally request that he takes you off of this case.
Where do you think you're going?
To try and convince Marcia Hobbs to stay with the team.
By what authority?
The authority you just gave me. Marcia, about what happened in the chief's office.
Must have been very satisfying for you, Janek. I thought there were no hard feelings. Next thing I know, you blindsided me.
Wait a minute. That's not true. What I'm trying to
It's
tell
all
you...
right, Janek. I've had bigger boys than you take shots at me before.
But Marcia...
Special Agent Hobbs? Russ, oh, look, if you're calling about the property settlement... What, you heard already? Yeah, I finally nailed the son of a bitch. Russ, look, now isn't the best time for us to talk. No, everything's fine. No, just let me call you back later, okay? Yeah, great. Uh-huh. I will. Okay, fine. Sorry about that. So, where were we, Janet?
You were telling me that you thought I set you up and the phone rang.
That was my husband. He's an agent with the Bureau. We're in the middle of a divorce.
I'm sorry. I've been there myself. Look, we kind of got off on the wrong foot. I didn't know Malesko was going to dump on you like that. Believe me. So I thought maybe I could buy you breakfast.
Business or pleasure?
Hopefully both. You look like you could use a cup of tea.
Egg roll, Danish Synopsis. $3. Appreciate you on all that. Okay, great. I'm going to take some fruit on this one.
Hey, is that Scoop?
Hey, Aaron, hi.
You TV reporter, you? I thought you were going to call me. What happened? You playing hard to get?
No, of course not. You know my mind. I just been jammed.
But, you know, policemen have feelings just like anyone else and might have been seriously injured. People tell me I'm a pretty good cook.
Luckily, I'm a girl who likes to eat.
That's a match made in heaven. Why don't you come over to my place tonight? I'll fix us both something to eat. Promise you'll have a great time.
Seems like a plan.
Wonderful. 24 Christopher. Make it about 8.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
How much is it here for 2 hours?
All right, let me get that. I got it right here. It's on me. Here.
Gotta go to the cab. I gotta go. I'll see you later, Aaron. What is the address again?
24 Christopher. 3H.
Hey, see you later.
Not bad.
This is a good place. I gotta come here more often.
So when did you start working for the feds?
When I was getting my master's degree in criminal psych, I got fascinated by what motivates these guys. I was looking for the biggest challenge I could find, so I applied to the Bureau. They found out I was real good at it, so they put me in the behavioral sciences unit.
You always need the biggest challenge you can find?
Running my own cases. I got a taste for that high you get when you nail a really dirty one, you know?
Yeah, I know the sensation.
That high can be addictive. It's better than sex. Oh, sometimes.
If this job is so great, how come you're getting a divorce?
Russ and I were doing fine until they put me into the field. His area.
Why? What happened then?
Conflict of egos. From that moment on, as far as he was concerned, nothing I did was right. The rest is history.
Sometimes you gotta kind of step back, you know, kind of take a look at yourself.
Yeah.
What if you don't like what you see?
You can lie to yourself, or you can fix it. Well, like they say, no pain, no gain.
You're very perceptive. Should have been a psychologist.
You know, there should have been a lot of things. What I am is a cop. I told Lesko I want you back on the case.
What? After the way I steamrolled you? Why?
Because Tom Lesko's not just my boss, he's my friend. You know the case, you're good, and you're the only profiler we got.
Oh. Is that your idea of flattery, Janet?
No. It's my idea of a big challenge. So what do you think we're up against here?
Someone smarter than Darnell and just as deadly. We've got ourselves a copycat killer, Frank.
We? Oh, does that mean you're going to do it?
I guess it does. Mother wants to stay with you for 3 weeks and you're both still alive?
Yeah, she's mean, she's ugly, but she cooks like a dream. What do you got?
We just got this from the lab.
Marcia, take a look at these. They're all wearing kerchiefs. Does that have any meaning, or is it just a coincidence?
Might be related in some way to the killer's mother. 90% of the serial killers we profiled were abused by their fathers before adolescence. When they hit puberty, they transfer their rage onto the mother for failing to protect them.
Rosa, I want you to go undercover at Grand Central.
Okay.
Jelly, back her up.
You got it.
Boys and girls, we're back in the ball game. The amazing Dr. G comes through in the clutch once again.
Was it hair?
A hair from a very expensive handmade wig. They found it on the nun's coat. Check this out, Frank. See that little fuzzy thing there right there? Looks like a little piece of lint.
Yeah?
Teflon mesh. Very classy, very expensive.
And the last time I looked, there were no nuns buying expensive wigs.
Exactly. I worked my way through the first 25 makers who were possibles. Everybody tells me the same thing. The one you want to speak to is Zachary Dent, D-E-N-T. Been trying to get in touch with him, but there's something wrong with his phone.
So let's go see him.
We'll see him.
Marcia, I need you to question the nuns.
Right, Frank.
Mr. Dent,
Back later.
police officers like to have a word with you, sir.
Hold on just a minute. I'll be right there.
You Zachary Dent?
Yes?
I'm Detective Greenberg. This is Lieutenant Janek. Sorry to barge in on you like this, but your phone's been busy for hours.
Why didn't the phone company send someone?
Oh, we didn't come here because of the phone.
Should I see some identification, please?
Not the phone. What is it then? Am I in some sort of trouble?
No, we have some hair samples we'd like you to take a look at. We're trying to locate the owner of a wig. We thought you might be able to help us identify it.
Do you have it with you?
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can tell from just one hair.
Well, anything you can help us with, we'd appreciate it, sir.
All right, then.
So what do you think?
It's mine. I'm the only one of my colleagues who uses Teflon mesh, and this knot is something I invented.
Anything else?
It's a style popular with certain clients. I made quite a few of them.
You couldn't possibly identify which one it came from, could you?
Well, no, not on the basis of one hair.
How about a list of the people who purchased the wigs?
My customers like their privacy, and my client list is confidential.
The wig we're looking for belongs to the Grand Central killer. A killer who knows you. You can help us now. We can come back later with a warrant and tear this place apart. It's your call.
I'll get the list.
Instead of 15 wigs, 8 are society names, 2 went to Las Vegas, and 1 went to some girl with the ice capades, and they're out of town.
Who else?
Then we got names like Honey Jakes, Estelle Waters, Jamie Sanchez, and a Giselle. No last name on that one.
Honey Jakes. Honey Jakes is a high-priced call girl.
You can bet the rest of them are working girls as well. And where there's hookers, there's smack, right?
Vice always knows where they're located. I want them all brought in for questioning. And while you're at it, check out our pal upstairs.
Think he's twisted?
I don't know. Something about him.
Sister Clarita needed to use the restroom, so we stopped at the one on the lower level. She left her bag with me and went in.
Did she see anyone go in or come out before she discovered Sister Clarita?
It all happened so fast. I only saw someone from the back.
What did this person look like?
She had blonde hair, and she was white.
Are you sure it was a woman?
I don't know.
And she's positive she didn't get a good look at them? Is there any way she could identify them if she saw them again?
I don't think so. That is all she remembers.
What's she saying now?
She says she wishes she could scream.
James.
You're supposed to be watching yourself, you know?
I am. Watching myself, enjoying myself. Blood sugar's about around my ankles. Want one?
Just give me a bite of you.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm saving your life.
Give me another one.
Exactly. Sure.
Tom? What are you doing here? I thought you'd be home by now.
I can't go home.
What's the matter? You and Bernice have a fight or something?
Lucille's staying with us and she won't let up. I can't deal with it.
Tom, have you thought about maybe having a talk with the department shrink?
Oh, come on, Frank. What am I going to tell him? I had an unhappy childhood. When I grew up, nobody had a happy childhood.
Yeah. I suppose you could stay here tonight, you know. Get a blanket and a pillow from first aid. But I think you ought to call Bernice first. You know how she worries. Just explain to her that you're dumping this whole family problem in her lap. Couch looks comfy.
Nobody likes a smart ass, Frank.
I don't believe that.
Wait a minute. Gets better.
What?
They sent me up to tell the wife. Gorgeous place up on Park Avenue. The butler lets me in.
Yeah.
It's hot, the windows are open. I'm sitting there. This big German shepherd comes up to me, drops a ball at my feet. I throw the ball. The dog tears after it. The ball takes a funny bounce. They both go out the window. It's the 3rd floor. The dog lands in a tree. He's fine. Took 2 hours to get the butler down.
So what did you do?
What did I do? I left a note. What am I going to do? Buy a new ball?
Aaron, you're a funny guy. You're a good cook, too.
This evening's been a very pleasant surprise.
Did I tell you you'd enjoy yourself? Did I say you'd have fun tonight? You will.
So, how's the case coming on?
Well, this is off the record, right?
Yeah, sure.
They found the platinum blonde hair on the last victim. We know it came from a wig. I think I'm onto something.
You think it came from the killer?
Hey, you get one question, I get one question, okay? Make you uncomfortable if I told you I had kind of a mini crush on you? No news is good news. Oh, miss.
It's getting late.
It's not even 10 o'clock. Yeah, let me tell you how we got the butler out of the tree.
Look, Aaron, you're a really nice guy, but you're just moving too fast.
Look, I'm sorry. If I was out of line, I apologize.
I really have to go.
Hey, Scoop, come on. Hey, look. Nothing happened in there. At least stay for dessert. I got a souffle in the oven.
I can't. Tomorrow's a school day.
All right, let me get you a cab.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm a big girl. Look, thanks for a great time. I'll call you. We'll do it again. Good night, Aaron.
Yeah, good night.
Marcia, come on in. You okay?
I'm fine. Okay, that's a lie. I'm not fine.
Well, sit down. Let me take your coat. I was fixing myself something to eat. Can I get you anything?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. No,
Drink?
Really nothing.
Cup of coffee. Well, sit down. So what's wrong? You look like you got a very bad case of the blues.
I don't know. For years, I'm out there working these horrible crimes. Never touches me. They're just numbers on a computer. I put the bad guys away. Be thrilled.
Today, you saw the real world. It's not a computer. If you want to get rid of the garbage, you got to pay the price.
Russ says I don't know when to shut it off. Thing is, now I don't know if I can. Think you can handle it? Career, marriage, and then one day.
And one day, you find yourself alone. Eating TV dinners.
Is it worth it, Frank?
I made my peace with him. I'm like Pac-Man. I feed on the game.
I don't know anymore if I am. Pain in that nun's eyes really got to me. And I don't know what to do with it.
Don't do that to yourself. You hear me?
She was here again last night. I saw her with the note.
Who was it?
The angel. She's here right now.
Come on, lady.
Come on, I'll take you for a
Okay, okay, good. I'll talk to you later.
Out. Jelly!
Police, please! I said please! Put your hands up there now! Get them up there!
Right up, sister.
Traffic is backed up on the Delano Street to an overturned truck. There are 2- and 3-hour delays on the bridges and tunnels coming into the city. Bus lines report people waiting in lines over a block long.
I rolled over and you were gone. Anything wrong?
No. No, it's just been a while since I shared my bed with anyone. I guess I got too used to sleeping alone.
Thank you, Raoul. The police are making slow progress in the case of the Grand Central murders. The tragic and senseless killings have caught homicide investigators completely off guard. A source close to the case revealed that the sole clue Lieutenant Frank Janek and his team have is a hair fiber, which they believe may belong
How the hell
to
did she
the
find that out?
Midtown merchants estimate that they're losing over $1 million a day in revenue. The mayor's office will schedule a meeting
Janek.
this afternoon to discuss the crisis.
What is it, Jelly?
This is Leslie Renner, Channel 6, Metro News.
All I'm saying is, somebody had to tell her.
You think I leaked the story to Leslie Renner?
I'm asking.
Frank, can I talk to you for a second?
Later, Aaron. Later, all right?
haven't spoken to anybody. Your rules, remember? Why me? Could have been any of the others.
You mean one of my people?
What are they, sacrosanct?
We've been working together for a lot of years.
Frank, it was me.
What?
It was my fault. Leave her out of it.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it was a mistake. I did it.
Would you excuse us for a minute?
Delighted.
Tell me about it.
I invited her over for dinner. I thought maybe she knew something about the case and was spilling.
Oh, come on. You were trying to get into her pants. She set you up instead.
All right. I tripped on my zipper, okay?
The last time, Aaron. I mean it.
Sorry.
You got an ID on the victim?
Yeah, Gloria Shawcross. Petition lived in Forest Hills. The purse wasn't even touched. Got a diamond ring inside, money in a wallet.
Yeah, get one more from that.
It's all here. All the signatures.
Frank, look.
Hey, come here. Bag it. Get this to the lab. You know what we're looking for.
Run away.
Who could walk around Grand Central in the middle of the night and blend in with the scenery? Maybe our killer's a prostitute.
Or maybe somebody who wants us to think they're one.
You guys done?
Yeah, I'll take her away. Marcia, I want to apologize for, accusing you. That wasn't right.
I'm so glad you said that, Frank. Because if you hadn't, I was going to make your life miserable.
Open with a wide shot. I want you to tighten your knee for the stand-up.
Well, if it isn't Lucretia Renner.
Yeah, do you get a problem?
The problem is you and me. We need to have a little chat, pal.
Look, here's that last night.
You used me, Leslie.
What do you mean? Public has a right to know what's going on.
Public have the right to come into my home, eat my food, play cutesy games with me, and betray my confidence?
You knew what I did for a living.
That's not journalism. You knew it was off the record.
It's my job to deliver
I prefer hookers. They're straighter with their transactions. And let me tell you one more thing. What goes around comes around. And that you can quote me on.
I warned you, Molesco. I tolerated your insubordination in the hope you'd produce results. Obviously, you're incapable. The commissioner told me to give you this.
Can't do this to me.
According to the commissioner, I can. You're suspended with pay until further notice.
But this is my case.
Was your case. Excuse me, I gotta see the mayor.
You look great, baby. Now, for the pièce de résistance. I heard about it on the radio this morning. What can I do for you, Detective?
Chris Fleming was a redhead. Our laboratory confirms traces of Teflon. It's one of your wigs. I need the list.
Why don't you wait for me in the back room, sugar? I got some business. Long or short?
Long or short what?
Hair. I made the reds long and short.
Long.
You're in luck. I only made 10 long.
Thanks very much. This is terrific. Thank you.
Anytime.
Janek.
Frank, Aaron. Look, I just got the list of red wigs from Dent. That friend of his was there again, too. Something really weird about that guy. Was gonna make a run at him, but he hopped on his bike and took off. I got the plate. It's Florida tag, Thomas X-ray 7229er.
Good work, Aaron.
Listen to this. When I was up there, Dent was dusting one of his customers with glitter. Gave me an immediate case of the chills.
All right, the society names all had alibis. Eyescapades are in Salt Lake. They picked up all the call girls except one, Giselle. And none of the other girls had ever heard of her.
Did you bring in Sister Bridget?
Oh, yeah, poor thing. She was beside herself. She couldn't make an ID.
Take a look at this, Frank. The motorcycle's registered to William G. Paxton of Daytona Beach. Now, last year, Billy was arrested for possession and sale of heroin. He jumped bail, so there's a warrant for his arrest.
Let's get out an APB on this sucker.
I'm on it.
Frank, listen to this. Paxton's rap sheet has a nice assortment. Repeated juvenile priors, 2 for solicitation for prostitution, and repeated busts for lewd and lascivious.
Now, all we gotta do is find him.
Back so soon? You must be having yourself one hell of a good time, sugar.
That's what I'm here for. The sugar. You got it?
Mm-hmm. China white to light up the night. Lucky number 7. Enjoy.
Yeah, there you go.
Police have been up here twice asking me for the names of my customers. My wig customers, that is. They've pulled in every one of my working girl clients. Have they talked to you yet?
Nobody touches Giselle.
Well, you do what you want, sugar, but after tonight, it might not be a bad idea to keep a low profile. You all right? You look sick.
I just need a glass of water.
I'll get you one.
Janek. Yeah? Where? Yeah, well, stay there and call for backup. If he comes for it, hold him. We're on our way.
Uniform on the beat just made Paxton's motorcycle parked illegally in Chinatown. Let's go get him.
Right there. What is this?
I think it's called a bust. What we've got here. You're under arrest, Paxton.
Mirandize him and take him downtown.
It all fits. He's got some kind of relationship with Dent. He's got access to the wigs. And he's no stranger to heroin. Gotta be the killer.
But it's all just circumstantial, so we can find something to tie Paxton into the killings.
Like a wig with some hairs missing.
Let's go see our favorite wig maker.
It's the door on the left.
Mr. Dent?
Dent, police, are you in there? Dent?
Check upstairs. Marcia.
Aldo, can you give me a guesstimate on the approximate time of death?
Judging by the rigor and lividity, you almost walked in on the killer. You got it around 8 o'clock.
That's when we arrested Paxton.
So we can forget about him.
I hate to leave your little party, but I got clients waiting.
All right, Dave, thanks. Frank, they rechecked every name on both lists. Everyone's got an alibi except one. Same one they couldn't find when Vice rousted the hookers. Giselle. No last name.
We got a winner here, Frank. Found these taped to the top of the toilet tank. Smack and a book of accounts. Giselle scored from Dent on 3 separate dates.
Giselle's in here, too. He saw her 3 times last week, on the same days the murders were committed. Dent had an appointment with her tonight at 8 o'clock.
So who's Giselle?
We know he or she is Caucasian, owns 2 wigs, is a hooker, or masquerades as one.
He's a risk taker. Obviously delights in provoking authority.
Bingo.
What do you got?
Giselle. 3 money orders on a Chase Manhattan Bank. 23rd and Ferguson.
Take this place apart. Marcia, come with me. We're gonna find out if we got a friend at Chase Manhattan.
This is highly irregular. The laws are quite specific.
This is an interstate matter. Federal law demands that you cooperate.
I feel that...
We've already discussed this with your supervisor.
I see.
Well, follow me.
There it is. We received a cashier's check drawn by a Mrs. Arthur Zauber, Bluebell, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, Dutch country.
Are you investigating some sort of money laundering scheme, or?
Yeah, something like that. Do you have a telephone I could use somewhere?
Yes, the second desk.
Homicide, Detective Greenberg.
Yes, it's Frank. You guys pick up anything else at Dent's?
Mother Hubbard's cupboard.
What about Paxton?
Rosa and Shelley went downtown to work him over.
But up to now, all he's saying is he wants to see a lawyer.
Well, hold the fort. Marcia and I are going for a ride.
Frank.
Excuse me, are you Mrs. Arthur Zauber?
Yeah, I'm she. Mrs. Arthur Zauber Glitter.
Yeah, we'd like to talk to you for a minute. Mrs. Zauber, could we go in the barn?
Yeah.
Thanks. Mrs. Zauber, I'm Frank Janek. And this is Miss Hobbs. We're police officers. We'd like to talk to you and your husband if you could spare us a few minutes.
Arthur is helping a neighbor deliver a car. What do you want to talk about?
We have reason to believe that you sent some money to a person that we're trying to locate.
Don't remember sending money to anyone.
You sent $1,000 to an L. Zauber, Chase Manhattan Bank, 5th of July this year. Is that your signature?
Yeah.
This person may have been the victim of foul play. We just want to find her. Mrs. Albert, did you send the money to a relative?
Yeah. Lorelei.
Who's Lorelei?
My daughter. It is a crime to send money to your daughter?
No, ma'am, it's not.
Mrs. Zauber, forgive me for saying this. You seem to live very simply. $1,000 is a large sum of money. Where did you get it?
Once a week I go to Philadelphia to sell cheeses and baked goods that I make. This money Arthur lets me keep for myself. I had been saving for a long time.
When did you last see Lorelei?
Not for many years.
Mrs. Albert, can you tell me what happened?
Lorelei was not like the other girls around here. She was rebellious. She found... Then she went into town. She wanted to listen to rock and roll. She wanted to go out with boys who did not believe what we believe.
Sounds like a typical teenager.
Mr. Janek, we reject these worldly values. It was a great shame for us.
So what did you do?
I tried to impress her with the importance of our beliefs.
How did he do that?
He would talk to her, make her read the Bible.
And when that didn't work, what would he do?
My husband is very old-fashioned. He refuses to speak English. He's very strict. He thought she...
What did he think, Crenna?
He thought she was a harlot.
A harlot? So what did he do?
He would... discipline her.
Discipline?
He had to do it. She was possessed by demons. He was in it to drive out the devil. He had to do it.
But it didn't help, did it?
She ran away. For years, I heard nothing. And then one day, I got a letter asking for money. She wanted to go back to school.
You know what school?
No. She wouldn't give an address. She was afraid her father would fight her.
Mrs. Auber, do you have any photographs of Lorelei?
My husband does not believe in the taking of photographs. I am very much afraid he will find you here, and he will be very angry with me.
It's all right. We're going.
Yes. Thank you very much for your help.
Do you think she was lying?
No. Do you?
She was too scared to lie.
Everything's there, but it's not. We know that Giselle and Lorelei are the same person. We know that Greta sent Lorelei the money to pay for the wigs and the drugs.
So who the hell is she?
And there's only one person besides Giselle who could know.
Told you you'd come back begging, Agent Hobbs, didn't I?
We need to know about the glitter, Randall. We need to know what it means.
You mean you want to know what it means to the imposter?
You say so.
What's in it for me?
A remand back to Atascadero instead of maximum security at Marion.
That's tempting. I prefer the climate of Southern California. But that's not good enough.
What do you want?
What I always wanted. Beg me. FBI, Special Agent Marshall Hobbs. Beg me.
Beg you, Randall? Why should I beg you? Someone's out there laughing at you.
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought your signature was unique. Like Picasso's. That's true, all the killings were done by one person. But you were in here when the last 3 murders took place. Randy, you're the imposter.
That's sacrilege. You know I did all those women. You told me.
Well, then you gotta help me, Randy. I'm the only one who can catch the imposter for you. Now, come on, you can tell me. Tell me what it means. What does the glitter mean?
It means the imposter seeks fame. Fame and glory. Like the angels.
Thank you, Randolph.
Guard.
Oh, about you going back to Atascadero.
What about it?
I lied. Never gonna happen.
I've never seen this place so empty.
Attention, please. The train leaving for New Haven has been canceled. Attention, please. The train leaving for New Haven has been canceled.
Thanks.
Oh, boy, I needed this.
Cheers.
There she is.
The police have no further leads in their pursuit of the Grand Central killer. In a related story, Deputy Mayor Vargas' office announced that Chief Tom Malesko, who had been directing the case, has been temporarily suspended from duty. On Wall Street today, the bulls were in
Frank?
firm control as the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 22 points
Frank,
to close
what is
at
it?
3340. Volume was active, 220 million.
She seeks fame and glory.
Outnumbered users 3 to 1. Shares on the MX and NASDAQ were also up. And that wraps it up for the 11 o'clock news. I'm Leslie Renner, standing in for Julie House. Good night.
Leslie! Well, looks like you're right on track. They've already got you subbing for Julie Howe, huh? Hey, who knows what's next?
What do you want, Janet?
Oh, just a little friendly chat.
Francie, could you excuse us for just a minute, please?
What's on your mind?
You know, you are a real enigma. Huh? So tough, so righteous, so ready to blame the cops. You know, it's almost as though you've had a sixth sense about these Grand Central murders since they began. And you're always the first one on the scene before all the other reporters. How do you do that?
We just listen to the police radio just like everybody else. Some of us are just a little hungrier, a little faster, that's all.
Did you ever run across anybody named Giselle in your travels?
I meet a lot of people in my work, Janet.
Well, this Giselle bought heroin from a guy named Zachary Dent. Did you ever meet him?
No, of course I didn't. What is this?
He's also a wig maker. You see, we believe that the Grand Central Killer wears wigs that were made by Dent.
Wigs like this one, Scoop.
Get Finkel in here to make up right now.
Giselle left some loose ends that led us to a family named Zauber in Pennsylvania. They had a daughter named Lorelei that disappeared a while ago.
What is it?
Would you get them out of here?
What's going on, Janek? Look, she's got to go on the air. You told me you just wanted to ask a couple of questions.
No, I'm sorry. We can finish our chat after the show, Leslie. Or should I say Giselle?
What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Hey, it's about time, Leslie.
Okay. It's 10,
Dinner out?
9, 8, 7,
10 minutes. Moving in.
Good evening, everybody. This is Leslie Renner standing in for Julie Hobbs, who's on vacation this week. At the top of the local news, police are still baffled by the Grand Central Killer who has been terrorizing the city. The fifth and latest victim, Manhattan wig maker Zachary Dent, a well-known businessman whose body was found to the
Cut to a commercial. Quick.
You want me to take you?
No, it's all right. No, come here, I'm all right.
20 seconds, Miss Renner.
Okay. I'm okay. Mommy? I'll be good for you, Papa. Please don't punish me. Please don't hurt me. Because...
She won't help you. If she never helps you, I'll be the one to take care of you. I'll be the one who'll help you. I'll help you.
No. Please, no. No, please. No, please. Daddy, don't. I won't do it again. Please. Mama, don't. No, Mama. Please don't let him. Don't let him. Don't let him. Mercy, no!
Oh my God, that's Lorelei.
I'll be good. I will. I'll be good.
Get your hands off me. Don't you touch me. No one touches you, Bill.
I'd like to announce that Leslie Renner, the Grand Central Killer, was apprehended yesterday by the New York Police Department. People can now use the station without fear. As you all know, I was actively involved in this case from the onset. It was a hands-on operation from our office.
You hear this guy? I've heard enough. Listen, you guys saved my life. Let's all go down to Frost's and celebrate. Lunch is on me.
Good to have you back, Chief.
Good to be back.
Labor relations, the union representing the police will now ask for parity. Fire. No.
1050 to Tipsy train, non-stop Yonkers. This train will depart on track 33 on the upper level. 1050 to Tipsy train, non-stop Yonkers. This train will depart on track 33 on the upper level.
So when am I going to see you again?
Russ called last night.
Oh?
Said he still loves me.
What about you? You still love him?
He says he wants to try again.
What do you want to do?
You taught me all about instinct. I don't know. My feeling says I've got to give it another chance.
And that's what you got to go with.
Yeah. Well, what if it doesn't work out?
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm going to miss you, Frank.
Marcia, I'm not very good at these things.
Who is?
The Amtrak senator for Baltimore and Washington, D.C., now departing from track 29 on the upper level. The senator for Baltimore and Washington.
You're going to miss the train.
Track 29 on the upper level. All aboard and leave.
Thanks. Hey, Frank.
Yeah?
We got the bad guys, didn't we?
That we did.
Only this time, it wasn't better than sex.
Alright everyone, so that was Terror on Track 9, which was the 5th installment of the Frank Janek series, which aired on CBS between 1985 and 1994. I thought Richard Crenna nailed his role as the grizzled NYPD detective on the hunt for an elusive killer. He brought a ton of gravitas to the role, which he always does, balancing his weariness with a relentless drive to solve the murder mystery. Additionally, Joan Van Ark shone as the morally ambiguous TV reporter who'd do anything to get the scoop, further adding to the tension between the media and law enforcement. Other supporting cast members including Swoosie Kurtz, Stephen McHattie, and a young Ving Rhames were also commendable in their respective roles. However, I felt the movie was a little too formulaic or by the numbers for my liking. The edgy subject matter of a cross-dressing serial killer who injects their victims with heroin was clearly watered down to appeal to mainstream television audiences. I think it missed a golden opportunity to push new boundaries in the same vein of other movies like Brian De Palma's Dressed to Kill. But I guess network television was heavily censored back in the day, so I can't be too harsh in my criticism. Anyway, to the film's credit, I was genuinely surprised by the big killer reveal at the end. I never suspected the reporter was responsible for the murder spree, even if her motives were somewhat unclear. It would have been nice to see a deeper exploration into the psychological factors which drove her to commit the crimes, but I guess I'm asking too much. Even still, I think it was a decent entry into the Janek series with its fast-paced plot and smart cat-and-mouse detective work. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it was entertaining nonetheless. That's why I'm giving it a final rating of 3 stars. Please share your opinions in the comments section below, and drop a thumbs up if you'd like to see more Richard Crenna movies. This is Holy Critic, signing out.